Look at the reasons. Not because anyone have attacked Americans. Not because anyone, it's total death, destruction, conquest, takedown. There's no reason to go to war. Just say hypothetically if you believe the narrative of Bin Laden hitting the Twin Towers. You mean to tell me you're going to kill 1 million people because of one man? Look at the reasons they go to war. And now compare that to a country like Iran that is not looking to go to war, but feel that they are placed in this time in prophecy to fulfill the will of the Most High, not by attacking someone, but by defending their homeland. Something is going on. You have to really understand what this means if they attack Iran, brothers and sisters. When they attack Iran, that's going to be it for a certain part of the globe. And you think life changed after 9/11. That's it. Because that country is going to go down blazing, and they got the arsenal to do it. Let me show you. And they're prepared. Let me tell you, straight off, they came out and say, listen, I talk about Iran. They're prepared. They got 150,000 men who are just prepared to die in the beginning phase of them being hit. So you got 150,000 men who say, well, okay, we'll die in the first phase. Think about that. Now, America is a superpower. England is just a state of America. I mean, you can almost put the whole England in one state in America. Texas is bigger than all of England. All right. But if you look at America, it's a superpower. But I don't know 150,000 brothers that have joined armed forces straight out and say, well, listen, I'm prepared. We're all prepared to die. The majority of our people who are the poor, who have been sucked into these militaries, they've been sucked in because it was an alternative, either to war on the streets and die and go to jail, or try to make something of their life by joining the armed forces. The rich are not fighting in these wars. It's poor blacks and poor Puerto Ricans and poor whites fighting these wars. And none of them have signed up for this. They recruit in our neighborhood. You never hear about a president's child dying in war, or a senator's child dying in war. They prop up the wars, and they use the poor to fight the wars. Finish reading.
Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness.
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Read.
Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom.
And they say, none seeth me. Why? Because they're working under secret societies. They would make you think that everything you see is just organic. That it's just happened. It's matter of fact. Without you understanding that everything you see out there that's promoted through media is propaganda with the unseen hand. So they say, none seeth me. Read.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
But their wisdom and knowledge have perverted thee, which means the technology you have gotten under Satan, you think you can win. Read.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
And now they're proclaiming to be God. Read.
Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand down in thy enchantments.
So what's going to come upon them?
Stand down with thine enchantments.
Go back. So
verse 11.
Go ahead.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
You're not going to understand where this is coming from, because no one have prepared Americans to understand what attacking Iran means. It's a good bullet point. Well, yeah, we got to stop them from enriching uranium and getting the nuclear weapons. All that stuff, that's good talking points. But this is not Iraq we're talking about. A matter of fact, America propped up Saddam Hussein and put him in power and had him in an attempt with American weapons to invade Iran. And Iran kicked their behind. I mean, almost instantly. Get out of here. But they'll never tell you that. So they want to talk about, well, Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Well, who gave him weapons of mass destruction? You did, to fight against Iran. And what happened? Iran kicked their behind. Because why? They don't mess with anyone, brothers and sisters. Their whole point of existence is to defend their people. They don't bother anyone. And there's a reason up until this point, most countries did not bother them. We're not talking about a third world country here. We're not talking about a country that you shoot bullets and they throw back rocks. Okay? We're talking about one of the superpowers of Asia here. And not only that, when they're in the fight, you know they're pulling China into the fight. That's their brother Japheth. And because Russia borders Iran, just for self-preservation, Russia going to have to defend Iran to some degree, because it borders their country. Let's finish reading.
Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
You're not going to know where it's coming from. Read.
And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments.
So he says, now, Babylon, stand with your witchcraft. Read.
And with the multitude of thy sorceries.
And with your sorcery, your witchcraft.
Wherein thou hast labored with from thy youth.
Because you have operated with this since your inception. And that's why I see a lot of people say, well, America need to repent. The country need to repent. When have they ever followed the Most High? Repent from what? They was built in sorcery. They was built dealing with witchcraft. Who do you think the founding fathers was? They were all Masons. They had some moral ground to some degree, but all in all, they were Satanists. Read.
If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things.
Let's see who's going to save you. All your advisors that come through, like the Pope, the Dalai Lama. Let's see who's going to save you. Let's see if Oprah, one of the top witches on earth now, let's see if she'll help you. Read on.
That shall come upon thee. Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble.
They shall be as stubble. Stubble is what is the ashes after a fire. Read.
The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
Hold up. I thought people could deliver themselves. I thought they were going to be delivered.
They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. Thus saith the Most High. Read.
There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored.
Man, listen to this. It's deeper than just Iran striking. When you look at the map of America, who's stolen all their coal energy, and you have nuclear plants throughout the whole country on fault lines. So whatever strategic attack may happen, it's not just from the initial hit, it's from the fault line moving, and now the nuclear reactors melting down all through the country. Let's go into Iran real quick, and then we'll open it up for 10 minutes of questions, and then we'll parlay this to Elder Gabar. Let's go.
Verse 15. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth.
Even the merchants, even the people you used to trade with. And we know that America been in bed with the Saudis for a long time. That whole agreement comes to an end. Comes to an end once they strike Iran. That's it. The Saudis will lose all their power. No oil, no deal. Read.
They shall wander everyone to his quarter.
And eventually, read.
None shall save thee.
Everyone shall go to their own quarter, and none shall save thee. And it tells you in the book of Jeremiah, to some degree, people who are there on like green cards, some of them will have an opportunity through this war to go back to their home countries. So, but what happens to our people? They strategically have internment camps and all these other things. Everything okay? Okay. Now let's go into Isaiah the 13th chapter. Isaiah 13.
Isaiah chapter 13 verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Verse 2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and thy weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land.
To do what?
To destroy the whole land.
Read.
Verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
You notice it says he shall make a man like pure gold, because a man is nothing in this society. Not a man of the Most High, not a Hebrew.